Racism. It's when a person is being treated worse, excluded, harassed, and disadvantaged or degraded just because of their race and ethnicity. Just because racism isn't happening to you doesn't mean it isn't happening at all. In light of Internationalism Week in School Serpong, we here from the SDG Club will be interviewing students on what they think makes a difference against racism, putting on our binoculars to magnify into their thoughts. However, this first question is for you. Is bystanding inherently racist?
The mentality behind, oh, I don't see color, towards a skin race does sound like a well-intentioned matcha, right? I mean, while they sound like they fight for equality, choosing to be colorblind about the races that make up the world totally dismisses racial identity when we should be celebrating it.
You know how racists don't call themselves racist, right?
Exactly, and everyone agrees with phrases like we're all human or like
we're all equal.
Exactly.
And simply agreeing with those statements doesn't make you anti-racist.
Exactly, because honestly, just simply agreeing, it's the bare minimum.
The bare minimum,
Yeah.
exactly. So as a youth, we should be reevaluating our own opinions and stereotypes that we may be putting on other races.
Exactly, and we also need to be able to reflect
Right.
on how we perceive these people and be open to discussion.
Yeah, so we need to talk about what we think on the matter.
Exactly.
Usually, if I don't want to speak up regarding a topic, I'm usually uncertain about it. And speaking is all about willingness. And so if I'm feeling unwilling, I'm usually uncertain about it. So to cope with that, I usually research more regarding the issue of racism. And it is as simple as making myself more self-aware regarding like the issues around my environment, especially about racism. So eventually, if I knew more about racism, I can find my own pace and I can find my courage to speak about it. So eventually, I really do hope that this kind of method could help the others as well. So start educating yourself. Whoa.
By using your lessons as an opportunity to look at the wider world, for example, sociology lessons, you could look at why or where ideas come from. You could try and look at things from different points of view, different perspectives. This will naturally help you to become more understanding.
Negara kita merupakan negara yang berdasarkan Pancasila dengan keberagaman seperti budaya, suku, adat istiadat, budaya, dan bahasa yang berbeda-beda. Dengan keberagaman yang ada di negara kita, itu menjadikan satu kesatuan dengan adanya simbol Bhinneka Tunggal Ika yang berbeda-beda tetapi tetap satu jua. Dengan perbedaan yang ada, diharapkan tidak terjadinya anti rasis di negara kita untuk menjadikan persatuan, perdamaian, dan juga menciptakan perdamaian di semua negara-negara lain bahkan di dunia.
Racism isn't a topic to sweep under the rug anymore. Not when many people have fallen victims of its act of discrimination. Think Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and the Sampit case of Kalimantan.
Black Lives Matter was a social movement to raise awareness of the racial inequality faced by Black people. Founded in 2013, it only resurfaced in recent years after allegations of police brutality against Black people. The question now is, why did it take so long for it to return to discussions?
Black Lives Matter is just one piece of proof against how silence is violence. Stop Asian Hate is yet another exhibit of anti-racism. A slogan been made to end hate crimes against Asians, having been addressed after a racially motivated attacks towards Asians during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Lastly, the Sampit case, inter-ethnic violence between the Dayak and the Maduris that began in 2001 in Central Kalimantan. It just goes to show how one conflict could snowball into cruelty, a massacre, devastation.
The UN continues to achieve SDG 10, reduce inequality via ensuring equal opportunity to all, and that includes all kinds of race.
However, the law alone can't take on racism by itself. It also should be you to promote anti-racism. It's 2022. Racism shouldn't be a taboo topic anymore. In this Internationalism Week is an opportunity for us to indulge ourselves into a melting pot of culture and celebration. It also gives us the opportunity to self-reflect, appreciate diversity, and celebrate race as a whole.
Racism shouldn't be the norm. What should be the norm is to take a stand against it. No longer should we let the voices of the victims drown and be perpetuated by systemic racism, because bystanding isn't enough.